Good morning, happy apocalypse. Welcome back to Louisville, and welcome back to the fight, the long fight for the university library. Before we kick it off fully, you might notice a small change here. I added a mod called Clean Hotbar, which gives us some color coding. So in the past, I always used the weapon condition indicator mod, and this is basically the same functionality, that you have like a little color coding of the status of your weapons and the status of your flashlight and also of your water. Because I always found it kind of silly that to know what the condition of the weapon in my hand is, I had to go through my inventory and then hover over here. Similarly, I can now also hover over this to see the conditions right from items, and this also adds a little indicator here of the handle condition and the sharpness, so we know when we have to whip out that whetstone and resharpen our blades. So that's kind of neat. You know, I always feel like, yeah, it gives you more access to information. I don't think that's too overpowered. Information you could have had previously, but you just had to juggle through your inventory, and then it never remembers where you had your scroll or where the item is, yada yada yada. You know, for an item that's readily in your hands, I always thought that's kind of silly that it takes you that long to get that information. Now, we could argue about having the information about all the other hotbar items, but we're not gonna. Well, a lot of dudes in that side street there. How's the generator looking? We can barely see it. Okay. You know what? I think I should probably fight this. Yeah, we had not just a foggy day, but or rather, we actually had 2 foggy days and 2 rainy days. They were the same 2 days. But anyway, so yeah, the generator had 2 days of calling in friends. And I did see there's a runner at that window here, so when that breaks, yeah. It's got a little bit of room. Give a warm welcome. Well, another janitor zombie. What's up with those? Zombies, I'm assuming, on the other side of this. Oh, there's somebody running over. What about those guys out of the window? Level we got the last time around. Really paying dividends. Okay, me see. Can we find a non-stinky spot somewhere here? Go a little bit further up the road. I think we killed a bunch of zombies on the other side of the fence. Oh, this is apparently non-stinky, so we're resting here. Well, looks like that side street is finally clear, so we can actually drive a little bit further down and have a look at the generator spot. In the neighborhood. Look too busy, but I also don't really see the generator. There's like 10 zombies there at most. The question is how many of those are going to be fast. Oh, that's the red janitor. There's some janitor Olympics going on, the red janitors versus the blue ones. Right, and you see like on that hotbar now the like a longer red bar and a shorter silvery bar. So one is basically the sharpness, one is the head condition, since you can't make it sharper than the head is. I'm assuming that that's the, yeah. So basically if you see too much of the red bar, time to sharpen. Other than that, and these 2 days of rainy weather, I didn't do too much, honestly, in the base. Cleaned up the farm a little bit to make, you know, enough room for the drive-by that I had planned. Basically just waiting for one more harvest of the 3 crops that are still growing there. Oh. The cheerleader immediately decided to turn around again. Looks like we got another cheerleader coming in. It's not a cheerleader at all. Worst cheerleader ever. Tell the uniform. Didn't seem cheerful at all. She come in this time? Or is she gonna be... It's like, no, actually, I like the generator more. No, this time she's coming, actually. Oh, and there's 2 coming from behind. That's not good. I need to die, and then I need to make sure I don't have anybody behind me. We've got a bunch of friends at the car. Gardening spray can. One thing I noticed when washing my clothes the other day is our sneakers have a hole in them, so we kind of gotta find a new pair. You know, could be from that cheerleader we just killed. Yes, what are we? Black and white. Bob. I mean, technically they're also black and white. Yeah, this whole radio station wasn't fully alive yet the other day. Now there's zombies after zombies coming out of it. Like both this radio station and the university library starting now to give me the actual Louisville experience. That is a little bit peacefuler now. Peacefuler? More peaceful? Yeah, and that looked really empty when we arrived, but I guess only once we arrived, the game remembered, oh yeah, the generator's on, let's call in the zombies. Don't like how the runners, they run in my direction and then they're like, maybe not, and then yeah, changing their mind 3 times over. Because that's the whole risky part with that generator tactic. The huge number of zombies on the generator, you have no idea how many of them are going to be fast. My car. Nobody else coming from the generator, so let's kill this last guy and have a quick rest then. I might even... yeah, let's play it safe here. Let's go into that house here again. Rest, eat some of our salad. Seeing these bars now, it's kind of feel like, nah. Let's fight with this hatchet instead. That hatchet is bloody dull. It's like with every sound I make, with every swing I take, I'll be watching them if somebody starts running. I know there's another runner in that group. They previously ran to the stop sign and then turned around again. A little bit faster. I think there was one more runner. I don't know, I'm starting to doubt myself. I like the one-shots we're getting more and more of now. Could get used to that. Nobody here is running. Plenty of fuel, plenty of condition remaining. If I ever got into that car, I don't remember. I don't think so. Right. I guess a little rest at that wall there might be in order. I gotta say though, I mean, sure we had a lot of zombies here, both on the previous day and today, but this is kind of tiny amount of zombies if you compare it to the good old Ekron Community College and the fight we had there with our previous run. Slightly different ballpark. Eating ticket with this thing? Leave you. Nice. Maybe a floor more than I thought, now that we see the actual full height of that thing. What's that? Some zombies on that parking lot, okay. And we can't get through here. We just wanna... Interesting combination of stuff in that car. Yo. 3 times where I assumed the next hit's gonna kill, and it didn't. And it didn't, and it didn't. This is a so-called survivor vehicle. Legalize it. Okay. Be much more down there, down the road. Have a quick look through the window here. It's really hard to say. I don't like that side of the building disappears when I'm at the window. Also, where are all these guys coming from? Christ, there are still windows that haven't been broken yet. But he's working on it. But I'm actually wondering if I should sledge an entrance so I don't have to jump through a window and going in and out of the library later on. Probably makes a lot of sense. Kill these 2 jokers here. We'll walk back to the car, see how it looks there. And maybe come with a sledge. And I'm kind of thinking like to the side of that window. Right there. We can run. How are we looking weight-wise? Way into your weight capacity. Just by equipping that on the back and not getting over encumbered. Cool. There's one zombie coming there. Didn't see anyone down there. Don't see anyone down here. So I was thinking the 2 tiles next to this window. Not why that I'm actually over-encumbered when I'm wielding the meat cleavers. Oh, that's a stop sign. Yeah, technically I did stop there, so I can't complain. Shit. Primer, please. That is way more worn. I did not expect that to break this quickly. I most certainly did not expect the zombie to be immediately on the other side of that door when we sledged that open. I was kinda... I'm not saying I was scared in that second. Just saying I might need a new set of underpants. Am I coming in? Yeah, up here. You heard it. My initial plan was to do the thing where I'm like, just go in briefly 1-2 tiles into the building and then yell or whistle. I'm not feeling like we're doing this today. Last guy, and then we hop in the car and drive back to base. Yeah, sneaky, stealthy outfit to be standing in the middle of the zombies there. Took me an extra second to actually realize that there's a zombie there. Okay, mouse, yeah, I think that might be another kill record here. Sorry, little rat. Eventually, first time this happened, that I drove up too close to the gate to open it. It always happens eventually. Big trap check. Nope. We're gonna have to refuel sooner or later. We'll talk about refueling. How's the generator looking? Yeah, maybe grab some electrical parts here. I still have any scrap electrics. I should really, you know, give me all of them. Almost duffel here. We can put the electrical parts into the duffel. Empty gas can on that side, 6 full gas cans on that side. That should last us quite a while. Yeah, if we get one more blooming harvest here from these two, from the parsley and from the strawberries. When the cabbages are ready, we're going to move them over one tile so they actually properly fit into our pattern, and then leave this open. That should be plenty of room to come around, and that's plenty of stuff that's being farmed here. All right, I think search something on this lantern. What's this then? Watch lantern. Fair enough. Out. Yeah, exactly there. That's exactly where I wanted to put it. How did you know? Machete away from him for now. Read how to legalize it. Just don't even know. What do we do with a bloody, dull, almost broken hatchet? Like, do we use it until it breaks, or do we just dismantle it and try to repair the parts? I don't even know. Primary, put that in the backpack for tomorrow. Oh, season. Okay. I guess we read a little bit. I'll need to get rid of the propane lantern still. Really actually running out of books to read, since I'm already starting to read aiming. I think reloading is literally the only thing. Well, tracking, I guess. We're never gonna track anything. In the middle of a city, there's nothing to track. Alright, sleepy time, and then we'll see how many kills we got. 144. Yeah, that is almost 50% more than our previous record. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Weight's going down. I think we should still be in the okay-ish spectrum here. Let's actually have a quick chips breakfast. Leave the book Try to minimize weight. Although we could, of course, you know, take the book with us and then read whenever we're resting. But, eh. I'm gonna create a salad and some stuff, and we'll head back out to the library. Good reaction here. Okay, so there's something weird. There's something very weird happening with my pause recording button. And then equipping a different item. I wonder if that's if the hotbar mod, it must be from the hotbar mod that it somehow adds a keybind. I haven't seen any. That's the options are here. Didn't see it adding any keybinds. Very strange. It's worth considering letting the place rest, and you know, for a couple of days letting the corpses despawn. I might regret this, but give me this secondary. There's a research on the whistle. I could do the whole thing with sneak through the bookshelves and try to get the books before the zombies notice me, but no, I'd rather clear the whole building and then loot in peace. Never fast one with a red outfit somewhere down there. One down there is fast too. So move quickly here. Cool. The red guy. It's fast. What do you have there? Is that a Jawbone War Axe? I mean, sure. Can that thing do? Terrible condition, it's not too much weight. I'm pretty certain I saw somebody like in a red jumper or something down here somewhere. That guy. Where were you hiding? In a moment. Certainly getting our share of runners here today. Right. So need a sharpening here. Or to our rest house. We can also have a little breakfast snack here also. Yeah, stinky zone. Again, I really did I mention already that I really wish she would put the whetstone back in the backpack after it's done sharpening something. I found more XP for maintenance. I'm wondering, actually, unpopular opinion. You see how we have from the maintenance book a 16 times multiplier, which is the same as you would get from a level 5 book for the other crafting skills. But for combat skills, for example, the Longblade level 1 books, only 1.5, while other level 1 books are 3 times. So normally for combat skills, aiming, reloading, Longblade, you only get half the multiplier that you get for others. I kind of feel like maintenance probably should also be in that category and not get the full multiplier. It's silly how fast that is. Like, I'm barely at 2,000 kills. I don't know. Did we... Lumberjack starts with maintenance? I guess we have a base maintenance modifier. Still, if you're a construction worker, right? You're starting off with 3 levels of short blunt. You need about 4,500 kills to get your short blunt to level 10. But, you know, 3 levels XP boost. And of course then less of a modifier and fewer starting levels to begin with. And here we start with 1 level and 75% XP boost there. Not like advocating for a nerf for something, but it's, you know, it's too good. You know, the impact of maintenance is not that high anyway. I don't know. I'm just used to previous patches, and in runs then you would have like working on getting your third weapon skill to level 10, and your maintenance is like 5, maybe 6. Plays fairly differently. I should maybe the sledge again. So what I'm wondering, we sledge the second part here, and then also sledge a 2-part entrance on this side, and then we can like run through, in on the one side, out on the other side, whistling the whole time. Yeah, we have like a nice potential 2-part entrance here, 3-part even. One thing I like is whistling in the dark. Get the car a little bit closer, grab that sledge. Get busy. Oh, because of the needs to go. Also, kinda actually, let's put the hatchet. See, put that to belt left. Put that meat cleaver away. Didn't like that when we were doing that yesterday, that I couldn't quickly switch to the hatchet. And both weapons now also equipped, they're both getting the weight reduction. The downside, of course, of sledging entrances like this is while you're inside, you constantly have to be scared of zombies coming in. Instead of, having some you could also, the alternative is you like barricade the windows and doors and you just stay inside and don't get any threat from outside. Why are you guys not coming out? Why are you all waiting behind the walls? I haven't even had time yet to change my underpants from yesterday. Built for this kind of thing. Little entrance here. Thought a zombie like all the way in the back somewhere. No, maybe somebody's moving there. I'm just going to get over there and widen that entrance there. By pain. Yeah, we sledged him at 2 tiles. Oh no. We really need to do a long blunt run at some point. Just to see if that affects the sledgehammering. Because apparently, from our little trip where I went chopping trees, I don't feel like all our axe experience and the fact that we're lumberjack didn't really help with the muscle strain from chopping down trees. We're getting queasy from the zombies here. Great. Nice. Who's leaving all the corpses here? I listen. On one side, run out on the other, whistle all the way. Didn't actually want to whistle outside, but whatever. I'm sure it's fine. As maintenance level 10. So there's no zombie dying whatsoever. What's up with that? So for those not aware, I'm not sure if I ever mentioned it. A whistle basically doubles your shout sound range. I think, don't quote me on that, normal shout is a 40 tile radius, and then so whistle is 80 tiles. So it's quite significant range. Although also it all depends on what the zombie's hearing is, you know. Now that they have randomized hearing. It might just actually be not the queasiness, but rather this axe being on its last leg. It's just minor pain. Should go. Minor pain and queasy and out of breath. We get out of the stinky zone here. The research is probably make a bone whistle, I guess. Whistle, yeah. Surprised that neither the pain nor the queasy went away from that rest. Wipe of school on. A little indicator here now. The future is here. We can see now if the our flashlight is on. Yeah, I don't. As long as it's just queasy, it's fine. If it gets to the second stage, you really should get away from the corpses. If it gets to the third stage, so queasy, nauseous. What's the third one? I don't even remember. I think the fourth one is sick. At which point it's like, GG. You played with corpse sickness for too long. Get out of there. No, you're down. But Queasy is like, yeah, pay attention. Nauseous is like, get away now. And the next one is, you should have gotten away 5 minutes ago, but you might still make it. I'm fairly certain nauseous also gives you a penalty to your carry weight. So that's another good argument to not let it come that far. That being said though, I want to just at least have another peek inside. Not necessarily run through the inside. Peek. Maybe just a peek in the nearest bookshelf. Metalworking free. Sure, welding. Now I'm doing the good old loot under pressure thing. I just pause while I cycle through the bookshelves. Yeah, there's the same amount of bookshelves on each of the upper floors, I think. I don't think I care about glassmaking. Peasants. American Bladecraft. 3-4. Okay. Definitely listening for zombies here. This has been a hoot so far here. Yeah, sure. So we have carpentry 5 at base. Masonry 3 is the next one we need. Three we all packed, yeah. A little bit too often. Oh, pause again. Better. Having 3. Hang on. Yeah. Whoa. We need to go here. Foraging 5, yes. We haven't even been to any of the upper levels, and we're basically getting all the books we were looking for. An everyday smithing magazine. You know, I'm not gonna push my luck. This is banger of a haul. Yeah. Get that back to base. Sort it into my bookshelves to see how well or not well I remembered which books I actually needed. Which might just mean now, or maybe I should have actually turned off the generator, I don't know. Because I think we're gonna have a couple days here of reading, metalworking, carpentry, catching up on all the skills here. Time for a trap check. One trap broke. And 2 traps didn't catch anything. At this point, the bait is probably no longer fresh. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Almost a little bit concerned it's like when I'm seeing the crease in my... I didn't get injured, right? Just from the corpse sickness, it should go away any second now. I didn't eat anything bad. I don't think you can make a salad with bad food. I guess we didn't get welding free, did we? Welding 4, which I already have. Let me look here. Masonry 3. Yes. Metalworking 3 and 4. Slot in there into the empty slots. Boot shrink 3. Carpentry 4. I'm gonna leave that right at me. Nothing funny. I'm still missing a couple books here and there, right? Obviously. Okay, the welding book can go. Really wonderful. And then, of course, Foraging 5. Machete, hatchet we already know. Meat cleaver we already know. I don't know. I think most of these I already know. Whatever. And then gun fork, spade, rail spike weapon, plank with saw. Make plank with saw. Are we doing that every day already? Do you need a recipe for that? Alright. We pack those away. Put you back onto my keyring. Now the Queasy is gone. Ditch that welding book. You know what? After such a successful days of zombie slaughter, I'm just gonna slip into my bathrobe and into my sandals. Pour all of our dirty stuff into the washing machine. In theory, in the past, I've also thrown the sneakers in there, but I feel like that's where they got their hole from. They're not really good for the washer. And then we just wash ourselves here. And wash our remaining clothes. And with that, yeah, I'm gonna take a couple base days here. Making sure that we take advantage of all the new knowledge that we just gained today. By the way, how's Raccoon City? Up to 24 animals. Sure, they all get along just fine. Yeah, and I think... Oh, I'll have to update the book list, see what kind of books we're still missing, what kind of books we still need. So there's definitely reason enough to go back to the university. But we might also then say, okay, now we have all the knowledge, we have all the gear, we have the combat skill high enough, time to push towards the skyscrapers. But we'll figure that out within the next few episodes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.